A palate is a unique thing to everyone. There's no two palates that are the same. It's everything you experience in your mouth. Where the tannins hit you, whether it's in the front or on the sides, how fine they are. It's where the acid hits. It's how long, the viscosity of the wine or the body of the wine, the length of the wine. That's all part of the palate. So it's your unique individual experience of tasting wine.
SOMM SMACKDOWN is really about that one wine that works with pretty much everything, and again, to the point that you don't really know what the chefs are going to be doing, it really kind of stretches your creative boundaries as a sommelier.
Balance, complexity, delicacy, sense of place, ability to age, yumminess. So those 6 things, I think you can apply here, and to pig, and to pork, and to how it is. So I think with those 6 factors coming together, you're gonna see this.
I taste 300 wines a week, now 14 years in the business, and I'm still learning every day about, okay, well this tastes very different than the last time that I tasted it. Why? And it tastes very different than this vineyard. And the more that you can kind of understand your own palate, you can understand, what it is that you like.
We're taught to break the tasting experience into 3 distinctly different things, right? Sight, smell, and taste. But ultimately they all correspond with each other, like they all are related to each other. Can't have one without the other, kind of a thing.
5 tastes that the tongue perceives. You get the sweet, savory, spice, bitter, and then the umami, of course. All different points of your tongue.
I was a floral designer for a long time, and so flowers are extremely easy for me to pick out in wine. It's like, oh, this smells like tuberoses, or this is violets, or this is one particular kind of lily. And that takes time and energy to build, and that definitely changes your palate, your experiences that you have with eating and drinking and just the smells and the environment around you. Every wine hits in a different place, and what's I think more important to your palate is actually your olfactory memory. So the idea that I open a bottle of wine, that brings you back to a memory. That's your olfactory memory. So the smells and the flavors and the tastes, and training that and being able to recognize it.
Taste everything. Taste, smell, anything that you can get your hands on, even if you shouldn't be putting it in your mouth like soil, rocks when you're in a vineyard. Lick them a little bit.
Drink a lot. Not, necessarily at one time, right? Because palate fatigue is real.
Tasting all the time.
Tasting, 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 tasting.
Eating and being aware and really taking stock, especially when you're trying to expand your palate, really paying attention to what you're eating and drinking and what those flavors do and change and how they make you think.
Once I started to be able to pick stuff out after training my palate to do so, then I was like, yes, this is possible.
I brought Lioco Rosé from Mendocino County. It's the Indica Rosé from 2016. Super delicious, searing acidity, lots of kind of bright, almost tart sour fruits, lots and lots of acid going on. So we've got underripe strawberry, rhubarb. There's tons of minerality, some citrus notes, as well as some really, really pretty kind of pickled watermelon rind notes in it too. And it's a dry rosé made exclusively from 100-year-old Carignan grapes.
When I'm in service with people and I'm asking them what it is that they want, I'm definitely guiding and gearing towards what it is that they like to drink and what their palate normally is, especially if they're trying to drink. If they usually drink sweet wine, I'm not going to steer them towards something that's bitter and tannic.
It's all just kind of really whittling away at what they say and then finding that perfect one.
Being in the hospitality business, you want people to have a great experience. You want to find something that they're going to love and have, just to encourage the experience that they want to have.
Nobody's more of an expert in what they like than themselves. So the best sommelier in the world doesn't know what you like more than you do. But a lot of people get so intimidated or scared by the scenario of trying to translate and communicate what they like. I can't tell you how many times guests apologize to me that they have limited wine knowledge. But at the end of the day, don't be afraid to not have the words that you think a professional would have. Don't be afraid to describe things in a way that is comfortable for you. Just relax about it. Just tell us what you like.